by a dance-off in here. I literally just saw a little bit of it, and it scared the hell out of me. I won't be doing that. Yet. What is going on over here? Is this like a toy drive? Is this... What is this? Okay. Well, now I have to. I'm a little nervous, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't... That's a lot more difficult than it looks. It's so ridiculous. I'm scooting up here. Is this all right? Is this all right? Can you still see me? Roma. All right, well, it's good to be back. It's nice to see some familiar faces. Nice to see some new faces. Who here has never been to... Seriously? You're all in the back. It's like, you just keep graduating closer to the front. Well, all right, no, we got some questions, so I'll get right to it. Let's start over here. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Hello.
My first question. Dean wants to go to the beach with Sam. Do you want to go to the beach with Jared someday?
No. Have you seen him without a shirt? What's that?
Why not?
No, I'm kidding. I mean, I think we have been to the beach. Yeah, we've been there all the time. Yes. Well, here's the good news. If Sam and Dean get to go to the beach, so do Jared and Jensen. This is why we want them to go to the beach and get some relaxation. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. That's probably something you can ask Bob Singer when he's on stage, because he's much more responsible for where the story goes and that kind of stuff. And I constantly ask him, you know, when do we get to take a vacation? When do the guys go? You know, when is that going to happen? And he just goes, no. But who knows? There's always season 11. Sand in my toes. Thank you. Hi.
Hi. First of all, I'd like to say, I think I'm speaking on behalf of everyone here, if I say that we're really sorry that Jared couldn't come, and we really miss him, and we would like to send him all of our love, and to tell him to always keep fighting.
Yes. Just a quick update. He is home, he is resting, and he's with the family, and everything is good, and it's, so he's good. He's good. Sends his love.
So my question is, can you spoil us a little something from this year's gag reel?
You know what, I just had it sent to me late last night, and I have not watched it. Because they have to send it for our approval, just in case there's something outrageously, you know, embarrassing that, which of course it all is. And of course we always approve it for some reason, because we don't care. We don't get embarrassed that easy. So, so I haven't watched, I don't know what it looks like yet. Maybe I'll try to watch it at lunch, and then I'll share later. Yeah. Or maybe I'll just like upload it and we'll just all watch it together. I would so get fired if I did. I'm kidding.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Hi.
Hi. Well, actually, I wanted to ask you about the winery that you and Jared have together, but then I gave it a second thought, and no matter if it sounds cheesy, but as I told you this morning, if my best friend were be sick, I'd like to be with her. If I was celebrating my wedding anniversary, I'd like to be with my husband. Or if it was my husband's birthday, I would like to be with him. And you are at cons with us. So, I mean, we're grateful for that. You did so much to us that the least we can do is to say thank you in return. I mean, it's not just a show, it's kind of family. So, just thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. It's yeah, sure. Of course, if your friend, if your friend's not feeling well, you want to be there and you want to support that, and he knows I'm there. And my wife, thank God, she's very understanding, and she's extremely supportive of this family, and she's like.
Happy anniversary!
Thank you very much. And she knows that this is very important as well. And she's like, listen, we can celebrate when you get back. You go and you give those people a great time and give them my love and give them your love and all. These are words from her. So it's really good, and thank you for recognizing that, because it's hard to be away from your family, it's hard to be away from your friends, and especially during times of celebration or times of need. But to be honest, I'm with family, so I'm happy. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Jensen. So I know it has been said, but I also wanted to say that I read Twitter and I'm really worried about him right now, and I love him, I guess we all do so. And also I want to thank you about your and Jared Always Keep Fighting company, because it's really important for people who are going through some hard situation like depression, for example. And so my question is, what can you say for people who are fighting some really hard situation right now?
3 words, always keep fighting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Love you.
I'm serious, this is, even if you think you're alone, even if you think that, that there's no one else to listen to, I disagree. You're not alone. So yeah, that was 3 of the best words I think Jared decided to come up with, and I think they really hold a lot of weight. So keep up the fight. Okay? Yeah. Hi there.
Hello. So we know what Dean thinks about John as a parent, but what do you think about him and his behavior?
About John and his behavior?
Yes, as a parent.
At least a little unorthodox. Obviously, Sam and Dean weren't raised in the traditional sense. But I think as for John as a parent, everybody has a different experience growing up. Everybody has a different experience with parents or a parent or no parents or whatever your situation is. That is your childhood. That's the way that's the road that you took. And I don't really think there's a right or a wrong. In my opinion, I think that if you've made it this far, then something's gone right in your life, whatever it may be. So as far as John goes, he showed his sons how to survive. I think that that's probably the most important thing that he gave them. And I think if a parent can teach their kid how to survive and survive properly in whatever aspect of life, then that's a good parental thing. Obviously, a lot of us don't actually have to fight ghosts and demons and angels, and we're not actually dealing with that physically in real life, but we might be dealing with that metaphorically. And if your parent has taught you how to survive, or if a friend has helped teach you how to survive, then I think that's good mentoring. And I think John, in that regard, was a good mentor to his two children. Like I said, it was a little odd at times in the methods that he used, but he got the job done, and I think Sam and Dean are better for it. So,
Thank you.
thank you. Hi.
Hi. So in the past year, we've gotten to see a whole lot more of you since you joined Twitter and Facebook.
I apologize.
No, it's highly appreciated. But I was just wondering if, your perception of fans and fandom has changed at all since you joined both platforms.
I don't get that.
Shut up, Krista.
I'm gonna deal with that later. I would say that my perception, I don't know if that's the right word, but my relationship, I guess, with the fandom, I think it has changed over the past 2 years. And I've had some people point that out to me, and I think that there is a stronger, more emotional connection that I have that I don't think I allowed myself to have in the past.
You do seem a whole lot more comfortable at conventions now than you did before.
Yeah, I think there was a sense of I needed to kind of protect myself emotionally from allowing so many people in, which I think that there's a lot of people that have that kind of defense mechanism. And not that I needed to have a defense, but I think it was just something that was a part of the fabric of who I am. And I think a lot of it had to do with me just kind of growing up and me getting a little bit more comfortable and me kind of maturing as an adult. And I think a lot of it also had to do with the birth of my daughter. I think that tapped into an emotion and a love that helped me open myself up a lot more, and I'm very grateful for that, because now I get to hug everybody and really feel that love, and I don't think I let myself feel it before. So I think that's I think it's a very good thing, and I'm thank you for saying the same.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So, life is an uninterrupted sequence of events that lead us to death, no matter who we are or what we've done. So my question is, in your opinion, what is really worth living for, given all the grief we have to endure in life?
What is worth living for?
Yes.
Oh. What happened to questions about Dean?
Sorry.
No, look, that's a very it's a very easy question to answer, and it's also a very difficult question to answer. In my opinion, I think that there is that life itself is worth living for. And I think that if you're not living the life that you want, then you fight to achieve that life. And when you are allowing yourself to open up like that, like we just talked about, it's amazing what can come in, and stuff that you maybe don't even expect. And I think that there's no one thing that you should be living for. I think it's the journey that is life that you should be living for. Hi there.
I have a question about Dean.
I'm ready.
I don't know who's watched the latest episode, so I don't want to spoil it, but there's a particular scene.
Spoiler alert. She's covering her ears.
The fight scene between Dean and Cass and the way it was filmed. My question is, it seemed to mirror like a reverse of the crypt scene, or what they call the crypt scene in season 9. Was that on the page? Was that the director's interpretation? Was that something you and Misha worked out?
No.
Are we seeing things?
You maybe seeing things. I think it was a happy accident. I think that the way that we choreographed that particular fight scene just kind of lent itself to feel like that same that previous fight. Although that really wasn't more of a fight. That was just kind of Cass
Beating the shit out of
pummeling Dean. Yeah. But I think there was a similar aspect, and that'd be an interesting question again for Bob if that was talked about in the writing room, because it wasn't written on the page and it certainly wasn't conveyed to us that that's what they were going for. But it may have been the inspiration that was needed to write that scene. That being said, that was, it was a very emotionally similar scene, but I would say that, the choreography was obviously a little different, and there wasn't the, on the knees, pleading him to stop and that kind of thing, although he was pretty beaten up and asking me to stop. But did you all think that at that shot, was there a collective,
Didn't you hear it?
I might have. Yeah. I remember we were shooting it, Misha and I were like, oh, they are not gonna like this. They were so mad at me. But that was a really, I really liked that fight scene for some reason, just because it was really raw. In fact, there was at one point when Dean was kind of slamming his face into the table. He was all the way up on the table, and one of the takes we used stunt doubles, except Todd, my stunt double, he was like, dude, you can do this. It's really just Misha's stunt double that's getting the... And I'm like, I'll do it. So took Misha's stunt double, who was a different guy that day, and I'm blanking on his name, so forgive me. But he went in, and so I, threw him against the table and started slamming his face, and he was all the way up onto the table, like his whole body, like up to his thighs, were up on the table. And when I pulled him off, I literally grabbed the back of his belt and yanked him completely in the air, and he went wham and hit the ground. And I was like, wow. That felt pretty good. Not gonna lie. But to literally just throw a man to the ground with full force is not something that many people get to do often, and I rather enjoyed it. And of course he popped up and he was like, I'm good. You stunt guys are crazy. But yeah, that's a really good observation, and we'll have to ask Bob about that, if that particular fight scene was inspired by the crypt scene, as you call it.
We've kind of missed Dean and Cass being in the same room together this season, but that was probably a little more violent than what we wanted, but thank you, man.
Hey, yeah, you asked for it. You wanted some more, Cass and Dean stuff, so there you go. Hi there.
I'm worried about Sam right now, and I want to ask you, if you as JIB6 Jensen could talk to Sam right now, what would you say to him?
If Jensen could talk to the character of Sam, I'd probably say tread more lightly, but don't give up on your brother. Hi.
Hi. Because I love horses, I was wondering if you're still doing horseback riding, and if not, when was the last time you did?
Honestly, I think the last time I was on a horse was when we shot Frontierland. And if you watch the show, the episode, I was never on a horse, but they had horses there. I think Jared got to ride the horse. Of course, I think he did it backwards. But during lunch that day of filming, I asked. During lunch that day, during the day of filming, I asked the horse wrangler if I could take the horse out on a ride, and so he let me. I think that was the last time. So no, I don't get to ride as much as I would like to. But yeah, one of these days.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Hi.
Hi, Jensen. So
Hi.
my question is, so over the time, few seasons, we saw a lot of forms of Dean, good and bad also. But my ultimate favorite is Future Dean, because he was so great and amazing, because he was Dean, but not kind of, but evil. So I just want to ask, what was it like for you to shoot that episode? And was it challenging, and how did you shoot it? Did you first shoot the 09 scenes and then the 2015 scenes, or all together? Or, so how was that?
Oh, I see. Yeah, that was very challenging, and that was one of the more challenging episodes I've done, simply because I was playing a version of Dean that was present and a version of Dean that was a hypothetical 5-year in the future glimpse. So they were going to be very similar, but also there was an obvious difference. And I agree, I liked that version that they let me play on that one. And as far as who did we shoot first, it kind of really depended on the cameras. You know, sometimes we have to shoot facing a certain direction due to light, and you know, if we're shooting out of a window, or if we're shooting inside looking out towards a window, then we need to shoot the windows first before the sun goes down, because we can always turn around and shoot backwards and emulate the sun and fake it, even though the sun's down. So sometimes we had to shoot present Dean and shoot future Dean last, or vice versa. That being said, they were both very difficult. Didn't matter which one we started with, and I felt I guess the most bad for Todd, who is my stunt double. I asked that he would play whichever one I wasn't playing at the time. And I'll never forget, after doing like one big scene with him, it was a scene where we have a conversation for the first time over the table and pass a drink to each other. And I remember Todd saying, "Can you just throw me through a window, or can I get just hit by a car? I don't want to say the dialogue anymore." The poor guy, I don't think he's ever recovered from that. Which is funny, because this is a guy who just recently fell higher than the ceiling and fell straight down and missed the pad and shattered his collarbone, and also was knocked out for 3 minutes, which is a really, really, really long time. And he spent a while in the hospital, and he was out for about 4 or 5 months. And he's like, "Oh, I'd rather do that again than that scene that we did in season 4." Yeah, so That was a fun episode, but for me, not for him.
Thank you, I love you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Jensen. It's
Hi.
my first customer. I'm a little bit overwhelmed.
Welcome.
Thank you. Considering that I'm seeing a guitar on stage, do you mind playing or singing something for us?
I'm sorry, what? Oh, that's not for me.
I think it is.
No, that's... Yeah, no, it says not for Jensen on the back. What is this doing here? Whose is this? Whose is this? Oh, it's not mine. Obviously, it's not mine. Do I have enough cord to... I'm not gonna put on a concert. That's not why you guys are here. But maybe I'll just... See what you've done? There, maybe I'll just hold it.
They're faking me.
Well, this is convenient. Is this even... There you go. Next question. Did you have a question, or did you just really just wanted me to play music?
I want you to play music.
I don't have music to play. It's not like I don't do this, so of course I think I said that last time, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't prepare any kind of...
Just play wherever you like.
I don't have any songs. I'm just making that up. Look, I'll just hang on to it for a little bit, and if I get inspired, maybe I'll do something. So I'll just continue on. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you. So, did you want to ask a question? No. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's up?
Have you ever experimented something so unreal to be like, I don't know, filming a supernatural scene? Because I'm a medical student and I see strange things all the time. So my question is that, have you ever experimented something, unreal?
Like supernaturally weird?
Yes. Not with demons?
Yeah, no.
I hope.
No. No, in fact, I think I want to say we had something happen recently that was a little odd, but the problem is we live in the world of odd and unexplained. And so when something really does happen, we're so immune to it that it doesn't affect us anymore. And that's, I think, the scariest thing for me is I have this false sense of security when it comes to the paranormal. And when I'm home and, lying in bed and something bang happens in the other room, and my wife jumps up, she's like, something's here, something's in the house, something, someone, and I'm like, it's fine, just go get some salt and put it under the door. Go back to bed. Thank you. Hi there.
Hello, Jason.
Hello.
I
what kind of sweet song do you sing for your daughter? And could you please sing it now?
No. I don't. JJ does. She's almost 2, so she used to sit there and listen to me sing her songs. Now she does not, because she's like, you know, oh, Daddy's playing the guitar. That's great. Toys. So maybe in the future she'll start listening to me again, but right now it's no. She would rather either play with toys or watch cartoons or chase me. That's our new thing. We do this chasing thing where, and of course I have to like run like a clown to get her attention. It looks like this. So I'll look at her across the room and I'll go, and I'll start slowly backing away and her face just lights up and she's like, oh, it's on. And then I'll just do I'm not kidding, I have to do this. And I'm good for about like 2 or 3 laps and then I'm like, Daddy needs a snack. But she just screams at the top of her lungs, and it's like, it's chase daddy time. But what ends up stopping it generally is my big dog, Oscar. He thinks it's time to play chase too. So now I have this 70-pound dog running and leaping, and when you've got a little 2-year-old trying to chase you, the two of those things don't mix very well because they're both hyper and out of control. But Oscar thinks it's fun to chase and then grab with teeth. So I generally have to tackle him and put him down, and then JJ just jumps on both of us. And that's my life when I go home. Yeah. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, thanks for being here.
Thank you for being here too.
You were at the Tough Mudder a few weeks ago, so I just wanted to know, how did it go?
I'm still recovering. It went great. It was a wacky idea that I brought to the table. I didn't come up with it on my own. A friend of mine had asked me to do one a couple of years ago, and I wasn't available to do it. And then I was discussing it with Misha and Jared one day. I was like, we should do something stupid like that one day. And then it became like, okay, yeah, let's do it, set it up. And so we had actually set it up to do last fall in Portland. And Jared obviously got hurt over the summer. So we postponed it. And I started looking at, other cities, because they do them in various cities, like almost once or twice a month. And then I saw that there was one near Austin. I knew that we were going to be there, and that made a lot of sense for us. And I kind of put the word out to the other guys, and a lot of them really wanted to also be a part of it. Tomo wanted to be there, Sebastian wanted to be there, Gil wanted to be. So there was a lot of guys that couldn't make it. Matt Cohen wanted to be there. But we got a good group of guys, and everybody, kind of trained for it a little bit. I think if we were actually running a competition, that it would have been a lot more difficult, but it was a nice kind of bonding thing for the guys to do, and there is video of it. Jared and Osric both wore GoPros that I believe Richard Speight is trying to cut together and make a little something that we can show you guys. So hopefully. It ain't pretty. It ain't pretty at all. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it was a really good it was a good bonding experience for those guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Hi.
Hi. Do you think Dean is capable of killing Sam in the season finale?
Capable of killing Sam?
No. No?
I'm going to say that Dean is capable of just about anything at this point. You're welcome. Hi.
Thank you for being here. It's so cool to meet you. My question is, in the episode Soul Survivor, in which you were also, by the way, were you referring to Jack Nicholson's interpretation in The Shining, playing the only?
No, but that not specifically, but that's interesting because that's one of my favorite performances by an actor. Period. One of my favorite movies, and you know the inspiration that I get a lot of times to make certain choices with the character are sometimes inspired by what I have seen in the past. And sometimes I may not know that. I may not know where that's coming from. But subconsciously it might be coming from Jack in The Shining. Yeah, so I mean it could have been.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Hi.
Hi, I was wondering which qualities do you think Dean admires more about Sam?
His height, his youthful good looks, not his hair. I think his Dean probably wishes that he had a little bit more of Sam's analytical skills, that he could analyze things a little better than he does, because it's obviously gotten Dean into trouble before, just acting without really thinking. Although that's one of the reasons I love Dean, is because he just follows his heart and he does what he thinks is right in the moment. Obviously sometimes that's not a good idea, like getting the mark of Cain and conning his brother into inviting a bad angel into his life. The list goes on. I think Dean really admires Sam's intellect, which is funny because I admire Jared's intellect. So it's odd how art imitates life sometimes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Jensen. First of all, I want to thank you because it's been 10 years, and I want to thank you and Jared for being with us for so long. And then I wanted to ask you, 10 years now, what was your favorite moment on set of Supernatural, and your favorite scene to act in?
That's a really difficult question. I'll say, I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's just one that comes to mind, and it's one that happened this year, season 10. And that is the 200th episode. Jared and I had not seen the musical numbers yet. And they had already been rehearsed, they had already been choreographed, they had already been recorded. And we walked onto set that day, and Phil, our director, made it a point to kind of try and keep it from us. And so when we walked on set that day and into that theater, and they started putting on this this musical number, Jared and I sat down in the audience and were just like jaws on the ground. And then he and I kind of looked at each other and was like, we helped build this. And it was just kind of a nice reflective moment for he and I to sit and listen to this, this song encapsulate these characters' lives that we have been playing for the past 10 years. And that was, it was kind of a really nice reflective moment that I had with him, and he and I just kind of, it was nice that we got to share that. So, but we get, I mean, there's crazy moments, there's heartwarming moments, there's fun moments, there's angry moments, there's shocking moments. We have it all, and we try to give as much of that to you as possible. So thank you for being here for 10 years as well. What's that mean? No more? No mas? No more tequila? The rum is gone. We're out. Why is the rum gone? Jason and I say that to each other all the time. Not because the rum's actually gone. Is there no more questions? Can we have no more questions? Ask me no more questions. I'll tell you no more lies. Anybody? Oh, that's wrong. You ready to know that song? I'm so bad at this. Time. Oh.